Previously on T-Man 978.
How you need using that freaking ankle pivot, and then because it has the swivel above the knee, I don't have to fight for a pose.
T-Man 978 Chill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. Right now I'm going to be taking a look at Magic Square MS-03 Heavy Gunner. This is a Transformers Masterpiece scale equivalent version of the Decepticon Combaticon Brawl. It's in the typical Magic Square style packaging, which looks like a mixture between like Transformers packaging and what they do for their legend scale figures. Right here we can see tech specs and a silhouette of the tank. The cool thing about this is they've been making great legend scales figures that look better than the Masterpiece in some cases for a lot of their more recent stuff, them and New Age, but finally they're taking that and bringing it to the Masterpiece scale, which is great. Alright, in the packaging we get this crappy instruction sheet right there. We get this credit card quality card with him on the front and the tech specs again. We get his gun that can mount onto the tank and he'd be held like a gun if we pull this down right here. We have this turret that plugs into the tank and can be held like a gun if we pull this down, or it could actually just peg into his arm with this little peg right there. We get the combiner leg piece. It folds up in the middle right here. I don't know if this actually serves any real function, and the instructions don't show this like attaching to the tank in any type of way, so I don't know if that's something that can happen besides the combiner mode. So this doesn't like transform into anything useful from what I can tell. And the only reason why it folds here seems like so it can get into the packaging better, to be honest with you. And we get Heavy Gunner himself. Only thing you will have to do possibly is stretch the arms down to expose the elbows to the point where you can get bicep swivel. Outside of that, we do get these two little lights that go in the tank. These aren't in there. They're plugged into, they're inside of the instruction sheet with the card. Getting them inside of this support that size right there, plugging that peg in there was hell on earth for me. You have to like grab it and squeeze, rotate, push at the same time. And yeah, that hurt my fingers. But let's look at the actual guy himself up close. Like you see the basic silhouette. I'm going to stand him right here so we can have a comparison with the cartoon artwork. Here's a zoom in on his head right here, which is pretty filled in. If it's not painted, it's done with some good gray plastic right there. Now the orange, if I have any complaints with anything going on up here, it's the way the orange is on the outline of that mouthpiece right there. Zoom in on it. Let me zoom in some more. You see how the orange is painted onto that top of this ridge right there? I think I would have rather that be red instead of orange, because that looks odd. Like you would think that the guard piece is covering his little visor, which is his eyes, but instead of the opposite way around. I don't like that. But it almost looks or appears to be fully painted, but I can't tell. He has all the details where you would want them, and everything is cohesive and solid. No like real waffles or anything. A fully functional, fully realized robot that definitely looks like it jumped out of the cartoon. Like, the only thing that I really have a problem with as far as this guy, besides I mentioned that, he has awesome articulation. He just doesn't have feet that rock forward or back. He has ankle pivot, and that's that. But he's crazy articulated everywhere else. And let's get into that. The head can look up like this. It can rotate. It seems to tilt a little tiny bit side to side, but not really. The arms go out like this on the ratchet. Going back down is almost scary depending on the arm. This is like really tight, especially on this one. You also get rotation here. You get a butterfly joint due to the transformation. There's actually a 2-point hinge right there. It's a hinge, it's a pin right here and a pin right there. So the arm can butterfly in and butterfly out, depending on how you need it. In fact, we could put the arm forward if you want the shoulder up here instead of back here, but that's really for transformation. We got a swivel here. The elbow bends more than 90 degrees. This swivel is a little bit more loose than this one. There may be something I could do to fix that, but yeah. The fingers are on two knuckle. Well, it's on a pin right here, but it's on a ball at the base, so I can go out on every single finger. So as you can imagine, the hands articulate well, and they feel better than even their Light of Freedom or whatever the Optimus Prime is called. The hand goes out like this, and of course it rotates. So you can do a lot with this. The thumb is on the ball joint and the hinge right there. So yeah, you can pretty much do anything you need with that. The waist swivels. You get an ab crunch right here. This came untabbed. But you get an ab crunch. It works just like Optimus, their Optimus, where it's a hinge at a pin at the bottom and a pin at the top, so you can get him crunching all the way forward. And you can even make him go back, but it does split his body up. The legs, if you pull this out to the side, well, I'm gonna move the butt flap, then move this out. We can kick his leg up more than 90 degrees. His leg can kick back all the way, but if we want this piece to be flush, the leg kicks back like that. You get a thigh rotation, double jointed knee, and I showed the ankle pivot. But yeah, with all that combined, I'm gonna do this off camera. We can get him into some really dynamic poses. And I just realized I didn't show one piece of articulation. The outward on the hip. This joint is crazy tight. And I for whatever reason, this joint, I bend at the base. That joint and the shoulder joint feel scary to me. Like, I've been messing with the thing, and I don't know if it's gonna break, but I would definitely be careful. And look at this. See, sometimes a figure is so dynamic, you just get it into a pose you're not even trying to do. As you can imagine, there is a little tab in the gun, and it goes into a hole in the hand. And you can do stuff like this due to his shoulder and wrist articulation. Like I said, the turret can attach to his arm right there on both sides. Or you could put it in the hand, and we can have some action going on like this. To show you, you could store his gun on his back while you're doing all this, but I'm gonna be honest with you, that little peg into the ports right here, super scary. I've plugged it in here more than once and wiggle it around and take it out. So luckily this must be made out of some good plastic, but it does not give me a good feel. I feel like that peg is gonna shear inside of there at any moment, to be completely honest. I don't want to be one of those fear-mongering people that spread that type of stuff out there, but this is the feeling that I'm getting. It hasn't happened, so hopefully it stays that way. Off camera, I was messing around seeing if I could port something in here like Siege Blast Effects or Masterpiece Blast Effects, and neither one of them are the correct size. When it comes to storage for this, I can't think of anything to make this store on his body anyway. But if you extend this burl on his back, it can bend forward, and you can do something like this if you wanted to. So he is never unarmed. Like, not only does he have the cannon on his back, but he has these cannons right here on both sides of his midsection. So he is definitely Brawl. And he even has more guns up here. I guess these guns are supposed to be the ones that are right here. But you know how the cartoon works. Magic. Here he is with Ocular Max Navigant. So he's probably the same height as their first aid. I couldn't find him. I do so many comparisons and put things where they don't belong. And right now you're hearing me getting the next comparison ready. Here's official Masterpiece Starscream. So I didn't expect him to be the same height. I thought he was taller. Official Masterpiece Trailbreaker, who is taller. Fans Toys version of Blaster and Jazz. And the Magic Squares version of Optimus Prime. So, looking at the pictures I've seen of Fans Toys Scrapper, the Constructicon, he is going to be significantly short compared to that. Because most of the Fans Toys robots are like this tall next to Optimus and Megatron. And for the weirdos out there, here is Generation stuff. Anywho, he's awesome and posable. Go to Show Z's website for this and their page for this guy. They have a whole gallery with awesome pictures on there. Check that out to see how truly posable he is beyond what I've shown you in this video so far. So I like that. I like the weapon integration and whatnot. I like the fact that you can put this on his arm. That is awesome. Only complaints really as far as anything is the feet, the foot, the fact that they can't rock forward or back due to the transformation, unfortunately. I had other nitpicks, but any genuine complaints, like I said, this is looser than I would like it to be, and this is starting to be loose moving. Everything was tight when I first opened it, but now it's starting to be like, ugh. But yeah, it's good. This thing, it looks to be fully painted, I'm not gonna lie, but this is like, if it is painted, this is the best paint ever. I think that's probably why I can't get the gun in there. But this paint, it does not feel like it will scrape or anything. Alright, here's Heavy Gunner in his vehicle mode, his tank mode. Looks nice. Comes together very nice. Everything tabs together pretty well. It is very solid. Like, I have them all armed up. With the turrets on the back, he can pretty much only turn to about here before you get stopped. Of course, the turrets can go up, come forward until you get to these lights. And they can go all the way backward if you want. This gun right here still has the handle, transformation handle, so that can go up and down some. And this turret can go up that high and come down that much. Now, if we pop this off, which only pegs on with these clips right there, which are specifically keyed, we can actually rotate the gun turret around. And if it bumps, you can lift it up. So there you go with that. Looks nice. And this thing, it has to be painted all the way around. He has little transparent lights in the front right there, which is cool. You can see the lights that are optional. And the only thing, you can't really see it too well, but there is a little gap in this area right there where there is no armor plating. But this comes down, it's really hard to see, to be honest. And let's get some, it has wheels on the bottom, but I can't really tell you that it's rolling, to be honest. Here's a deluxe class car, showing you that he's basically what we get now for current day leader. I do have MMC hotspot in here. He has permanently been a fire truck for a while. Oh yeah, this has a lot of weight to it. This not so much, to be honest. All right, here's a giga-powered Dinobot and two Autobot Masterpiece cars right here. You can see he is wider, taller, but not that much longer, to be honest, than Brawl. Not that much long, but it is bigger. It is longer than Ratchet right here and wider. Well, yeah, there you are with that. To the people who are new to my channel, for the past few years, I like to show transformations in both directions, starting with Studio Series. That's something I definitely started with, Studio Series. Then I started incorporating it across the board with my Generations figures. But for Masterpiece figures, I would only do transformations one way, but I end up needing them both ways later when I mess with this stuff. And a lot of people, I know they need that. So for things like this that are going to definitely take more than 5 minutes in both directions, I just do separate Team Man 978's how-to videos for them. And based upon the videos that were available when I was trying to figure this guy out, because those instructions suck, I need to hurry up and make a transformation video myself because they barely help me. So that video is coming, but it will. I typically like to film both at the same time and upload both the review and the transformation at the same time, but that's not going to happen. It is, I don't know if you can see this. That says 12:42 a.m. The transformation video ain't happening tonight. I'm tired already. But yeah, this, I already said what I said about the robot mode. This vehicle mode comes together greatly. Oh yeah, there's one thing I can still show because this is relatively simple. We need to take these, detach them from there, and move it back here. That's all you need to do. Up here, we need to open this up, and then we can lift this turret and turn it this way and shrink the turret down. And basically it's good to go for limb mode. These ports right there go into these pegs right here. Let's open this up all the way, which honestly does not feel good every time I do it, but this is thick plastic, so I don't know why I keep worrying. Take these and put that into there. And now these two ports in his legs, these two clips go into that. And I'm guessing you'll have to dislodge this and wrap it around some type of joint. I don't know if anything plugs into this any type of way, but I'm hoping there's a little bit more that goes on, because I don't know how. I guess that is secure, but man, that's a hell of a thing for that to have to depend on. And let me put this guy back next to that. It's basically the same height as the robot. And here we bring Starscream and Optimus back out. So yeah, the robot is going to be big overall. The size of combiners was different from episode to episode. Sometimes they're kaiju size, sometimes they were just really big robots. like double the size of Optimus and Megatron. So this is going to be more than double the size of Optimus and Megatron. So that's good. But anyhow, I like it. It had a few issues here or there that I mentioned, but overall it's good, and I like it. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for that transformation video and my other videos. I put something on Instagram showing some other stuff that I'm going to be showing. And I just reviewed this guy. I barely got any comments on this video, but I bet they'll come. People, adults and kids come back to watch my stuff like this, so I'm not going to worry. Anyhow, thank you for watching this. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here.
Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those videos, baby. Click the videos. You really should click those videos. Click.